These four mysterious symbols are in front of the real entrance of the pyramid, which is hidden from the public. The archaeologists never succeeded in decoding these symbols, and that they were irrelevant, engraved by an anonymous worker, such as a graffiti. Independent researcher Gene Semple, who revealed that the secret of the Greenwich Meridian, which commemorates and indicates the current location of Atlantis, has succeeded in decoding it, and asserts with certainty that these four symbols are the only authentic and unique signs, up to this day, left by the true builders of the pyramid. These four symbols convey the most important message of the builders coded in the pyramid, known by some initiates, and this in an extremely simple way, and summarizes by themselves this article. As always, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication is a signature of the builders of the pyramid. Their intelligence being superior to ours, they had realized that these four signs, engraved on a granite plaque and cut to perfection, would undergo the onslaught of vandalism, pillage and censorship, while a simple graffiti, innocuous, incomprehensible and imperceptible, would go unnoticed. His discretion made him go through time. The values of the angles correspond exactly to that of the axis of rotation of our planet. Earth's obliquity oscillates between 22.1 and 24.5 degrees, approximately 23.25 degrees today, and which engenders the precession and confirms the remarks of Gene Semple, who had concluded that it was, more exactly, the plane of the ecliptic that had been modified. Here is a very interesting reflection that will allow us to grasp once again the incredible intelligence of the builders to convey to us what happened in a very detailed way. If the axis of rotation of our planet was modified by 6 degrees, then the terrestrial equator should also have been inclined by 6 degrees. Then why did the builders not indicate to us, thanks to the positions of ancient archaeological sites, the location of this equator tilted of 6 degrees? Because this builders wanted to draw our attention on the plane of the ecliptic and to signify that it was him who was modified of 6 degrees. This scientific study dated July 24, 2016, confirms the message transmitted by the builders several millennia ago. Prior work found that the zone in which the 8 major planets orbit the Sun is tilted by about 6 degrees compared to the Sun's equator. This discrepancy has long been a mystery in astronomy. It is not the Earth that has lost itself by 6 degrees but all the solar system. '500-year-old Piri Reis map locates the lost city of Atlantis beneath Antarctica. The icy mass, measuring over 14 million kilometers squared, has long been a source of great mystery and was the last continent of the world to be discovered. But its freezing temperatures and barren landscape have stopped people from ever attempting to colonize it, so has remained virtually untouched over the years. However, this may not actually be the case. A scientific theory known as crustal displacement means that thousands of years ago, the icy tundra may have been home to an ancient and mysterious civilization. Professor Charles Hapgood, a history expert from the U.S., first published a paper in the 1950s that said movement in the Earth's crust meant that only 11,600 years ago large parts of Antarctica were totally ice-free. He said evidence of this was in the 500-year-old Piri Reis map, a world map drawn up by the Ottoman admiral of the same name. A number of scholars who have examined the map claim it clearly shows the west coast of Africa, the east coast of South America and the northern coast of Antarctica, but not covered in sheet ice. U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Harold Z. Ohlmeyer sent a letter in 1960 to Professor Hapgood saying his theory on the Piri Reis map was correct. He wrote, "The geographical detail shown in the lower part of the map agrees very remarkably with the results of the seismic profile made across the top of the ice cap by the Swedish-British Antarctic expedition of 1949. This indicates the coastline had been mapped before it was covered by the ice cap. This part of Antarctica is ice-free. The ice cap in this region is now about a mile thick. Conspiracists now think Hapgood was right and he discovered that much of the South Pole was ice-free, and also the location of the lost city of Atlantis. The existence of this mythical utopia was first mentioned in the writings by ancient Greek philosopher Plato in 360 BC. The Atlantis that Plato described was founded by people who were half god and half human around 9,000 years before his own time. If it did exist, this would be at a similar time that Professor Hapgood said shifts had occurred in the Earth's crust. And just a month ago further proof of an Antarctica Atlantis emerged in the form of pictures what appears to be huge pyramids jutting out of its ice. The astounding photos showed structures that bear an uncanny resemblance to the pyramids of Giza, which were built thousands of years ago by the ancient Egyptians. Could all of this mean one of the world's greatest mysteries is about to be unlocked?